Good morning, everyone. I thought it's Wednesday. Every day I come and I jump on here and I look at the transits and I look at my day ahead. I look at the charts that I'm going to be working with for a moment and just really ground in the energy. And I do a meditation about being guided to serve out my purpose, essentially, and to take in the information that I am supposed to take in. And if it's pertinent to others, I feel the responsibility to share it. So I'm going to have my cup of coffee while I talk to you guys a little bit about this transit that's happening today, because I think that it's one that should be spoken about. So, okay. I'm going to share my screen in just a second, but for those of you who have been following along with my videos, you have probably seen already this week's forecast, and you've seen me talk about the eclipses that have been happening and what those mean. And so this is just kind of, I feel like in the middle of the week, especially with what's going on, that it's pertinent and valuable information to share with you guys. And so I want to do that. I guess it's like a midweek pick me up, I would say. So if you've watched my videos for this week's forecast, I go into how we are entering into a portal of the state of becoming, which essentially means a lot of us are in a state of becoming. We are shedding things that no longer align with whom we are and how we feel about ourselves. And this is on par for evolution. It's a beautiful thing. And so I just want to share my screen really quick and talk to you guys a little bit about what today's transit is and what it means. We have this beautiful conjunction right here happening in the sign of Pisces at 25 degrees, and it's with Neptune and Mars. And Mars just moved past, it's 16 minutes past the direct conjunction with Neptune, which means that now it's in a new phase. And Mars in Pisces, especially conjunct Neptune, this is very much, a lot of us can be feeling powerless at this time. Like we have been overpowered, or that we've given our power away, or we feel like we really just, there's confusion. We don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. The sense of feeling lost. And really, this is signaling for us to, I'm going to stop this while I talk a little bit about this. What this is doing is it's signaling for some of us to really spiritualize, to ground ourselves in reality, but to align ourselves with something bigger than ourselves. It is, and that's very personal for each one of us, but this is definitely a time for spiritualization with this Mars and Neptune conjunction happening in Pisces. There can be a sense of feeling disillusioned by others or even by ourselves. Maybe something that we've really had these high expectations on and idealizations or idealistic expectations. Now the truth is really being revealed. And some of us, not all, but some of us can feel like I love Jeffrey Wolf Green has this beautiful teaching where he talks about the rug being pulled out from underneath us. And I definitely think that some of us are feeling this right now, that whom we thought that someone was or something was is now not what that is. And this is because this is a deeper teaching in not putting all of our eggs in the same basket and putting someone on a pedestal or something on a pedestal. Not giving it more credence than what it really has value in. And it's not to say that people don't have value who have done something wrong to us, but it's more about not having something be a pseudo God in our lives. And I think a lot of us have experienced at some point in our lives really thinking that someone was someone who they weren't. And so this is very surface when I'm talking about. It can feel very deep, and it is. Do not get me wrong. But the deeper teaching here is to connect and align oneself with something bigger. Instead of relying and connecting with maybe a person and putting them in a position of power, even if you didn't realize it or recognize it, now is the time to ground oneself and to start connecting with something much larger. Or maybe you have been connecting with a higher power, with source or creator, the universe, God, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. But maybe there's been kind of this slip back into maybe the old patterns of behavior. And so now a crisis is happening, and you're seeing that someone or something, an establishment or a person or a group of people, are now not what you thought that they were. The teaching here is for you to reconnect with source and realign yourself and to be used as an instrument of that. And I'm going to share my screen again. So that's really the deeper teaching in this conjunction that's happening. And with this Jupiter right here and with this Venus right here, this is about the state of becoming. You are in a transitional time. All of us are. It's just some of us are more consciously aware of it than others. And this is a transitional time to act on your instincts and your intuition, to really ground yourself in listening to yourself. That the content that is coming up and the truth that is wanting to be revealed is so that way you can align yourself better with what has value to you, what your actual values are. This is a lesson in what are your values. That way you don't feel powerless anymore. That way none of us do. That way we know that we are essentially connected to something bigger. So if you're having some type of situation occur in your life where you feel like there's disillusionment and now the truth is being revealed, I want you to get fired up about this. And I want you to look at this as a teaching you about what are your values and how maybe the situation or this person, place, thing isn't aligning with those values anymore. And it's to teach you that there is deeper meaning in life than putting your power into a person, place, or thing, and that you should be aligning yourself with something much bigger. This conjunction of Mars and Neptune is also semi-sextile this Saturn right here, happening at 25 degrees 0 minutes Aquarius. And so this is really about a liberation. This is for you to throw off what no longer serves you. And this is in a conjunction, the Saturn is in a conjunction with Vesta. And this is so you can keep devoting yourself to aligning yourself with something bigger in order for you to evolve and to spiritualize. And so oftentimes as humans or muggles, as I put it, we don't realize that we're giving our power away and that we really have a choice about something. We don't have to continue to do what we've been doing. There is something new here for us to do, and it's okay to act on your instincts and your desire to do that. You're not going to get in trouble. You know, when we are in the natural truth and in love and in compassion, you're not going to suffer and you're not going to be in trouble. And so I want you guys to continue to listen to yourself and whatever is being revealed, to honor that inner voice, because essentially our inner voice is connected to something much larger than ourselves. And it is there for a reason. And it is part to help us reconnect with our natural essence of whom we really are, not who we've been conditioned to think that we are, to check the boxes, or to be this person, and that if I do this, this, and this, I'm going to be happy. No, this inner voice is really, it's connected to Gaia, it's connected to Creatress, it's connected to God, it's connected to the universe, it's entangled within all of this. And there's so much more powerful wisdom in you than you realize. And I really want you guys to, instead of, maybe some of us might be feeling victimized by something that someone or something or an organization or whatever has done. And I want us to ask ourselves, what is the deeper teaching here? Why is my soul calling this in? Not because I'm here to suffer, or I deserve this, or I'm bad, or I'm wrong, or they're wrong and I'm right. It's not that. It's what is the teaching here? Where have maybe I put my power or given my power to something instead of to God or to Creatress? And so I want you guys to really think about this. And the last thing I want to mention is that the moon is now in Capricorn, and it is making a square to this Jupiter. And so this really is signaling for us to look at maybe where we're becoming depressed, or we're repressing or suppressing naturally occurring tendencies, and we're not acting on our instincts or our desires because we feel that maybe it's wrong or it's not okay, because we've been taught that, or the people that we're around have been conditioning us not to follow that inner voice. Jupiter is the right mind. It is our intuition, and it also is about philosophies and cosmological views. And so this is a call to action. There can be this crisis in our beliefs happening right now with all of these energies. And a lot of us can feel fear because of this square that's happening to the nodes with Saturn and Aquarius. And I just want you guys to really ground yourselves and reconnect with your inner voice, your inner guidance, and with your higher power. And I want you to meditate on these things. And I want you to honor who you are and your values and your ethics and what you stand up for. And I want you to honor your inner voice and what it's trying to tell you about a situation, if this is something that's happening in your life. Because the love and the compassion is residing within you, because it's connected already to something bigger. It's just, you have to like pick the choice to listen to it. And it can be really scary for some of us. But here's the thing about fear is you can't get rid of it, but you can ride it. And when you do this, oftentimes, I can speak personally, all it has done is it has strengthened my relationship with Source and Creatress, because I've realized that I can't trust my inner voice and my intuition. And whenever I trust it, I'm trusting something bigger than myself, because it is connected to something bigger. And whenever I do that, things get easier. And so I just wanted to jump on here to post this and to give you guys a little midweek video about what's happening today. And so if you guys are feeling these energies, share this. And remember that none of us are here to suffer. None of us are here to feel powerless or to feel overpowered. We are here to live in inclusivity and to help strengthen humanity. And sometimes the first step in doing that is on a personal level by starting to listen to your inner voice. And so I want you guys to know that I love you. And there's a lot of heaviness energetically going on, especially in the United States right now and in other parts of the world. And I just want you guys to know that my prayer for everyone is that this is a time where we strengthen our relationships, and we spiritualize and we evolve, and we know that it's such a beautiful thing and that it's not bad. Anyway, I love you and I hope you have a good rest of this week.